Hello everybody and welcome to Revisiting the MCU, the series where we turn back the clock, rewatch, revisit, and re-review every single Marvel Cinematic Universe movie leading up to the epic finale, where we'll be ranking them from worst to best. And today we are talking about the first solo outing of the King of Wakanda, Black Panther. This film sees the return of Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa as he returns home to Wakanda to take his place as king after the death of his father, King T'Chaka, in Captain America Civil War. And during this time, he seeks to take down Ulysses Klaue in a new threat that has come to take his claim for the throne. Obviously, watching this film after the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman was a little bit tough, especially after knowing what he was going through at the time, but being an absolute embodiment of a superhero that he was and sticking it out and making his mark in the MCU and the world at large. And Chadwick Boseman plays this role to perfection with his charisma, his charm, just his strength. He was able to portray with the King of Wakanda. It will never be forgotten, and I don't think it will ever be paralleled or even replaced. Honestly, just thank you so much to Chadwick Boseman for giving us such a great character before we lost him. But I think this is more of a testament to Chadwick and how he was able to take a moderately known character most Marvel purists didn't even know and turn him into an international icon and set the gold standard for kids to look up to. In terms of the rest of the cast, it's filled with absolute all-stars, including Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, Sterling K. Brown, Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Andy Serkis, and Martin Freeman, but there are two huge standouts beside Boseman in this film for me. The first being one of the greatest villains in the MCU for me, and that is Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger. Jordan was a huge surprise for me in this film, as I've primarily seen him as a guy who with a lot of charisma and energy in his roles. He's usually the happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but in this film it gives him a lot more to work with. He is the lost prince of Wakanda who works his way through the military and eventually comes for Wakanda and the throne. He's able to bring that charm he's very well known for and also be an absolute badass, taking down anyone and everyone in his way. I really wish we would have gotten more time with this character or even a solo film for him, much in the likes of what DC is doing with Black Adam or what Disney is doing with their villain-centered live-action movies. The other major bright spot is Letitia Wright as Shuri. She absolutely lights up the screen anytime she's in a scene. She gets a dual role of being the comic relief as well as the cue to Chadwick Boseman's James Bond. It's a very interesting character, but she does it flawlessly. I love the way she gets excited about the tech she creates and makes some duller explanations or interactions funny or interesting. I really hope that if Marvel intends to pass Black Panther along after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, that Shuri will be the one to take over. She would essentially be the Iron Man of Wakanda, and that is so much cooler than just being Iron Man. And speaking of Wakanda, this place is basically a character in itself. It's genuinely one of the coolest places I've ever seen on film. It's futuristic, but traditional. Wakanda is one of the few fictional cities or nations that I have ever actually truly been upset knowing it doesn't exist. Or does it? But in terms of action and fighting scenes, Black Panther is top-notch. From the traditional warrior fighting to the final battle between T'Challa and Killmonger, this movie holds no punches. But it's the final battle that's a little bit underwhelming, as the CG just wasn't quite its best and suffered from a few issues that's pointed out in a video from the Corridor Crew channel. But the sequence that sold this movie for me and still makes me excited when I watch it is everything that happens in South Korea. It's a beautiful blend of action, visual effects, the tech of Wakandans, and just an overall awesome thrill ride. It should honestly really have its own theme park ride just based on that entire sequence alone. Seriously, Disney World or Marvel, get on that. It's definitely going to be an awesome ride. Black Panther is just one of those movies that's so amazing that you kind of overlook a lot of those little flaws that you may see here or there. Is it perfect and consistently awesome in every single category? Not quite, but it easily hits about a 98 to 99% satisfaction in just about every scene and every moment. So overall, it's just a really fun movie and probably one of the best Marvel has ever given us. But to answer the question if I would put it at the top of my list for Marvel movies, for that, you're going to have to wait for the very end of this series where we'll rank them from worst to best. You'll have to wait and find out if it is the top of the top or if it just didn't quite reach it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that or any other future videos. But in the meantime, I want to hear from you guys. Where does it rank on your list and what is your favorite moment in Black Panther? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss on any future videos from me. And also check out my videos on the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel where I talk about not only superheroes, but also Disney, do live streams of Loki, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So go give them a subscribe and also use my personal code Aaron20 on animatedapparelcompany.com to get 20% off your order, get some awesome stuff, and save some money. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it and hope to see you in the next video.